Welcome to Set and Forget Traders, where precision meets patience. This isn't guesswork, it's strategy, structure, and the smart money's roadmap. If you're tired of chasing trades, strap in. We'll show you how to trade like the banks and not against them. If the market noise has been costing you money and peace of mind, you are in the right place. Hit the subscribe button. This is where structure meets mastery. Welcome to this analysis of the dollar index, where we're going to have a preview of what happened, and we're going to try and forecast what's going to happen this coming week. Just to inform you guys, we have officially started Q3. Yeah, we are on the month of July and we are on Q3, guys. Yeah, the time is flying. So should you. If you're late in understanding what's happening on the market, we are here to help you, bro, make a very good decision of how you're going to plan your next 2 quarters of the year. It's not too late. If you have the right precept, it can be a savoring moment for you. So let's do this. And the chart you're seeing right now is the demand chart, and after we're done with the demand chart, we're going to observe the supply chart, and then we can make our conclusion based on other elements like the moving average. Then we're good to go. So on the demand chart, the Q3 started on Tuesday, where we are, and Wednesday and on Thursday we had the NFP, and Friday we had the Independence Day in America. So starting off how our week started, the previous week had closed above the demand, the pivot demand, which is the green line at 97.143, and we had highlighted if the price is going to go below it, the buyers are going to exit the market, and if the price is going to be above it, we're going to expect a bull run. But on Monday, the market really flashed lower and closed really pushing lower. And on the next day, on Tuesday, on the first day of the month of July, we observed a small continuation of the bearish day, and buyers decided to come in on Wednesday, and they pushed price high above into the weekly open, close to the weekly open. And you can observe that the buyers took profits at the at the pivot demand zone, which is 97.143. And then on the next day, on Thursday, NFP day, which was the NFP reports, you can observe the daily candle closed bullish, but it closed exactly, the bull day closed exactly at the demand level, 97.143. Then the next day, if the buyers are going to take profits off their demand zone, the next day the market fell. The price fell, and this was a reaction of buyers taking profit and exiting the market, because the next day it was Independence Day, so they were not coming. They were not going to be present in the market. But you see, on Thursday, they closed exactly at the demand zone. Let's look at the 4-hour candle for you to have a clear perspective of what happened, or what you're trying to say. So you see this bull run on Tuesday and on Wednesday. The buyers took profit exactly at the demand zone, 97.143. Yeah, you can observe clearly. We are not hiding anything for you. And this is how we made our decision. After they took their profit, the next candle doesn't wait for anyone to think or anticipate. There was an engulfing bearish candle, because buyers had taken profit, and the bearish day confirmed sellers, the buyers had taken profit, but it didn't mean a change in trend. On the next day, which was this day, the day of NFP, the market pushed up, and they took profits, but the next candle tried to engulf, but buyers were here. They pushed profits, they pushed price high and closed. The next candle is the last candle of the day, and you see the next candle resting. It is a spinning top. resting at the demand zone exactly. And now, because the next day, which was on Friday, it was Independence Day in America, there were no present buyers. That's why the market has been below the demand, the pivot demand, 97.143. But all this is an observation of what the buyers have been doing, and this was a very good chart for you to have on your end. So you see the buyers pushed price and closed just at the demand. That's where the take profit was. And you might be interested to know why this candle came. But if you check on the daily, if you check on the supply chart, this is the supply chart where we are right now. This is the NFP day. The candle closed at the supply zone, waiting. The sellers were waiting for price. You know the sellers were not present here. They were just here. And that's what you see on the daily candle of the Monday. This is the Monday candle, the last day of June. The sellers pushed price below. All right, the sellers pushed price below, and again during the NFP they just pushed price again lower. But coming from the demand chart, you can be able to see why the price were pushed high and closed again. So that's why the importance of having these two order blocks. The demand allowed you to know where the buyers are taking profits and where they are going to take even their partials at, and the supply chart allowed you to make a good intention. So buyers took profit at 97.143 and sellers made an entry at 97.311. Yeah, this was a very good. Yeah, you can see on the 1 hour order block. Okay, on the 1 hour order block, the sellers took profit, made an entry, and price continued pushing lower. So on the 4-hour time frame, you can be able to observe that on the Friday the market has been ranging and nothing much to observe but indecision during that day. So you might be able to ask what's going to happen the coming week and what's our anticipation. As we had highlighted for you, this is the supply chart. So if price is going to, because price is below the supply chart, you have to understand the institution are having their sell orders at 97.311. If price closes above 97.311, it means to say that the sellers are going to retrieve the market and they're going to wait for price at, write this down, 98.026 and 98.248. That's where the sellers are going to be present. So don't sell anywhere if the price is not at the next supply order block. All right, but if they're going to push price lower, we are going to see price moving into the next supply zone. About how many points? About 1,400 points into the next supply zone, which is at 95.552 being the proximal line and 95.302 being the distal line. Yeah, that's a bearish scenario. And if it's on a bullish scenario, price is supposed to come back to 97.143. 97.143 will be the buy stop, and buyers are going to push price higher on the daily candle. The buyers are needing to engulf and take price into 99.058. So if you see the daily candle closing above 97.143, just be sure that, not sure, but be 80% probable that the price is going to go to 99.058. But if the sellers are going to push price low again, then the pivot demand zone, it's at 94.35. So if you're buying and price goes below the low that's created at 96.39, just go and wait for price at 94.35. But if you have enough equity, you can buy your first lot at 96.17. So use dollar index to know what you're going to do on the other pairs. We're using dollar index to know what price is about to do on other pairs, on Euro USD, GBP USD, Audi USD, Euro USD, and USD JPY, all related pairs of dollar. Use this dollar index to know what's going to happen. So let's finish up with the moving averages. And this being the retail traders moving average, let's look at the monthly time frame. The price on the monthly candle closed just below the support. So this month we expect price to pull back up. Pull back up of the support. The support is at around 96.63, and we expect it to come back up into 99.267 and back up into 101.818. On the weekly time frame, the retailers are having a bearish momentum, but we have an important support at 95.801. We are write it down. So if you're buying, you might want to wait for price at this 95.801, or if you're in a hurry, your stop loss needs to be below 95.778 or 95.8. On the daily block, the candle looks bearish. On the 4-hour time frame, look at that. On the 4-hour time frame, during NFP, price fell after hitting the resistance. Yep, the price hit the resistance and it fell. And on Friday, the indecision has been because the market has been ranging inside. The market has been ranging inside the supply, inside this moving average. You can be able to observe it. Yeah, the moving average is really helping us make informed decision. Yeah. And you remember, the supply block was here. That's why you are able to sell, because again the moving averages was right there. And when we look at the institutional moving average, you're able to see again on the monthly candle, price closed below, exactly, not below, exactly. Get it? Exactly. Price closed exactly at the monthly support. So if price is going to just come up and above it, we're going to expect buyers to come in, and we are going to expect, remember we saw here that the resistance was hit and price has gone lower into the last support. So this has been a very, 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 very hard market for the buyers. Yeah, for the last 5 months, no bullish momentum to be seen on the market. On the weekly time frame, again, you need to observe that the institutional are having their support at our demand order block. Let me show you again where our demand order block was at 94.35, and again it's aligning itself with where the institution are having here, where the institution are having their support. So price might fall again. We are ready for it to fall, and we are ready for it to go high already, because on the daily candle, on the daily candle looks bearish, right? We are very keen on this resistance, but on the 4-hour time frame, you can see that the buyers are trying to consolidate and push price above the current market. Yeah. So that said, I'm done. Let's trail the institutional and let's observe what's going to happen. Lastly, the simple moving average. The monthly candle looks bearish. The weekly looks bearish again. The daily looks undecided, but we have it looks bearish. The 4-hour looks bullish. Yeah, price is being supported. On the 1 hour looks bullish again. Yeah, on the 1 hour looks bullish, 4 hours looks bullish. So be informed, guys, and make informed decision on what you're going to do this week, and plan your losses, plan your wins. Don't be random, bro. Everything happens is not by coincidence, it's by design. Yeah, this is the science of trading, and hopefully we're gonna make more money this coming week. Have a good week, and remember to plan your week ahead and ask God to lead you and guide you in your decision, bro. Don't leave your plan, trade your plan, and have a good week. Cheers, guys. Set and forget.